What's up, everybody? I'm doing another tool review for you today. These little sets that I got here, they're not something that I normally have thought about in the past, Let me show you what I got here. I picked up a set of extra long wrenches, and they're really nice. They're flex head, they're ratchetable, ratchet wrenches, and they've got the universal in there, so help not strip lugs and or bolts and stuff like that. But this is a set that I normally wouldn't have thought about getting in my shop, honestly. I ended up using one for my shop neighbor one day, and then I noticed myself going over to his shop more often to grab one to use on certain things. So I was like, well, maybe I'll check in and get my own. A lot of the sets that I looked at, though, were anywhere from, I'd say, about 150 on up to like 350, depending on what I was looking at. And some of them, they would be missing. Like, one set was all of them except for the 15 or the 14 or something like that, and you had to buy that separately. So I was like, that's kind of stupid. But I picked up this set. It's from 8mm all the way up to 19mm. You can see each side is a different size, and they're really nice. I probably won't do much. I probably won't do a video on them in action, because again, they're not something that I use on a daily basis, but they do come in very handy when I do use them. They come in really handy for serpentine belt tensioners, stuff that's in the back of the engine, things that you just normally wouldn't get to. And again, like I said, this isn't a set that I normally would check into, because I would just go ahead and piggyback wrenches or use a little breaker bar on them or something like that. But these have come in very, very handy, and I'm really glad I picked up the set. Like I said, the other sets were going anywhere from about 150 to about 300 or 350, somewhere in there, depending on what you got. I picked this set up for $60 off of Amazon. You guys know that I'm into cheap tools, and I do put my tools through pretty vigorous testing. I do beat the hell out of my tools, so so far these have been doing great. I've even used breaker bars on them, and I haven't had any problems with them. So I will link these in my description if you guys have any interest in them, and that way you can check them out for yourselves. But again, it's not something that I normally would have thought of to have in my shop, because there's other ways to get to bolts and stuff like that. But these have really made things a lot easier for me. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to review them and just kind of show you guys what's up and give you a much cheaper option on a set of extra long wrenches. The other ones I want to talk about are these skinny wrenches. And again, these are also something that I never really thought about having around in my shop. But since I've gotten them, I have used them quite often, actually. I use them on brake caliper side pins when they're spinning, when you're trying to get the bolt out and that side pin keeps spinning. These are perfect. They're so thin, they fit right in there. You don't lock in a regular wrench. You can see they're about half the size of a regular wrench, so you get a lot of clearance room in there, and that makes a huge difference. And they also work really well for sway bar and stabilizer links, and some hard to reach places even too. I'm actually really amazed at how often I grab these now that I have them. When I didn't have them, I'd just struggle and find another way, maybe some locking channels, or get my wrench stuck and try to free it. But yeah, since I got these, I grab for these quite often, and it really impresses me how much I use them when I never had them before. So just a couple things that I don't know, I never really thought too hard about to have it until just recently, and I've been wrenching for years and years and years. So I'll link these up in my description if you guys want to check them out and add them to your collection. Definitely a good thing to have around the garage or the shop. They work really well, and The product themselves, they're nice and strong, and I haven't had any problems with them. I've had them for a few months now, so like I said, I wanted to do a review a while ago, but I definitely wanted to put them through some testing first. Really happy with them. Definitely recommend them.